Okay. Alright. Alright. So, today, what we will be doing is we're gonna play a dating sim. Now, I put forth this for a very long time. Mainly because of when I initially thought of it, it's, well, I really want to do this, right? It seems like something very interesting that I'm gonna do. But then again, it's, the more I think about like how I'm gonna structure it, how long this is gonna take with my limited time, then I figured that, like, you know, I might not have time. But today we're doing this. We're gonna see how long this is gonna take, and maybe this have to be done over a couple of days. Should be fine, alright? You know, and if I have to explain my rationale of why I wanted to do this in the first place, is extremely simple, right? The premise to me is that, okay, it seems that you have issues with dating, right? So it can be multiple reasons. It can be, well, maybe because there are no good girls out there, which that is not really the case, you know, probably the issue lies with the person himself. But maybe as competently as you perceive you portray yourself based on the videos that you post, it might seem as though you understand how to actually talk to human beings, right? But then again, it could be the case that you're a complete weirdo. So, which leads me to playing a dating sim and recording the decision and thought process of what goes into my mind when it comes to the context of maybe what I see, right? In terms of, it gives me insight of one, my decision making. The two, it's maybe to a certain extent like my preference in girls, right? Because again, in dating sims, it's like, you know, there's this girl, there's that girl, then why do you choose one over the other? So to me, it's more of like a personal insight, right? Which I don't really want to delay any longer, right? Let's just get into it. Oh, which by the way, I think most of this is gonna be Chinese, which the good thing is that I know Chinese, not really well, but hopefully it's more speaking and less of me reading, because my reading of Chinese is not that good, but at least I'm conversationally capable of interacting in Chinese, right? Or at least understand Chinese. So long as it's not too complicated. I wonder if this is going to be in English in any way for the subtitles. Okay, what is this? I can't understand this. Oh, I didn't really consider that. Like, wait, what are these options? I'm just gonna wing it, right? Okay, I don't even get to make a decision. I'm too late. What is this? Pull? Oh, this is to push. Okay. I think this is cutest though. And it's like carrying girls as well. Not that into I don't know, more wild girls. Not to say that like if you ride a motorcycle you're wild, right? Okay, so it's a dream. Okay, so this is advanced math, if I understand it correctly. I really hope the options are not too complicated for me to read. Okay, this is a girls' school. Avril Lin.
大一女生宿舍不是在校内吗？只有我一个男生住在校外。
哦，我去吃早餐啦。
啊？
我不信 which is I don't trust. Then it is like accept them like yeah sure why not.
那走吧，快上课了。
走啊。
So it's kind of like she wait, do I follow? She basically says that like she wants to go eat breakfast, but did I just say that like I wanted to go along, or did I say that like I don't trust her, right? Which is I doubt, which I think that that's the flirty way. I'm fairly certain I make the decision, which is like well, hey, good for you, right? Because that's what I generally do. I'm not into forcing my will onto somebody else. Of course, I think I might be playful in the situation, maybe because I don't have context of what this interaction is, right? Because they don't give me the context of like, yo, you meet this person for the first time. So I guess that I'm already friends with all of them. Serena is technically the cutest one though. Is it personal preference taste or?
不用了，我坐这儿就行。
So this Avril?
管他，
Avril?
就是这样的。
Avril?
你的，总是独来独往的。
你怎么不坐前排啊？
I don't
不喜
understand.
欢我，我干嘛要自讨没趣啊？
为什么不喜欢你啊？
谁知道呢？女生有讨厌一个人的原因很简单的。
Good morning, girls.
Good morning, teacher.
It feels like
终于下课了。
I sort of understand the Chinese, but I don't really.
稍等一下。一会儿是语文课吗？
你不知道吗？被体育老师给占了。
啊？
那我们去换衣服吧。
你先去吧。
So I think we have PE after this.
一会儿体育课的时候，你能不能帮我个忙啊？
什么忙？
So she wants me to help her with something,
一会儿你就知道了。
and she is secretive about that. I don't know. Is that? I can see it from
来，这节课哈，咱们女生练篮球，大家先在原地拉伸一下哈，把身体活动开。
老师，那男生干嘛啊？
你到那边玩去，别影响女生锻炼啊。
Oh no. Okay, so this is PE, physical education, and they are doing exercise because this is a girls' school, and
下课去图书馆吗？
the guy is basically the only guy.
我要去看创造营666的直播，给令打气呢。
So he's gonna go do whatever.
不如玩呢。
Serena.
我有几个动作自己做不了，你能不能帮我拉伸一下？
Oh. 拉伸这我都被打什么我上题 my Chinese not good. I think this is like what do we have to do, right? And I'm so happy that this is not time, so I can try my best with my limited knowledge of Chinese to try to process this. So she's asking me to help her with stretch. Maybe the second one? I hope there's no time limit because... Okay, the video is looping, so I'm fairly certain that there's no time limit. So she is gesturing for me to help her, Virgil. And Avril? I can't pronounce her name. Why? I can't. I don't know. I don't know what these other two words is. I don't know what I'm agreeing with. So this is basically like to help her stretch, or this is basically saying like depends on what needs to be done. And 都被打什么我上体育 which I don't know what this thing, right? But I'm fairly certain this is telling her to kick rocks. So I guess what I tend to do is I know, okay, maybe like what do you want? What do you need, right? So that I can assess.
拉伸啊，我不会，要不你找找其他同学。
Oh, it's to say that I don't know how to do. So I just basically give the excuse I blew her off.
想一趟，你帮我分散一下老师注意力。
Okay, so that wasn't the decision that I want to make, right? This is a classic miscommunication. Okay, so what now? I kind of already screwed up a little bit with like Serena, right? So with Envril, I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, right? So she's asking me to distract the PE teacher. So this is I seriously can't understand these 4 words. I can't understand what this is trying to tell me. I think this is distract, right? I think this is fun. I'm just gonna distract.
一会儿我把老师叫过来，让他教我拉伸，你趁机跑走。
Okay, so this is basically like, you know, telling her that I'm gonna
哎，
I'm gonna distract the teacher for her, right?
您帮我看一下，这样拉伸对不对啊？
你是高中体育数学老师教的吧？肯定不行啊！
确实是，我体育课都让数学老师占了。老师，您能不能做下示范，我学习一下？
我示范啊。
I actually take into consideration that if this male teacher is in an all girls school, probably he has some ulterior motives.
这个我会。
So he probably isn't
多
that
大点的啊？哎，
honest of
这
a
个
guy,
也容易啊
right? I'm already considering.
容易哈。我做啥你做啥哈。来，哎，
So why would he go above and beyond? Is this like a show of
您慢点儿，你这个太复杂了，我跟不上
I
了。
don't know.
哎，我做啥样你做啥样啊？来
哦
看我啊！哎，弄完到你了。
I don't know.
林雅这是要去干嘛呀？
I would immediately get the feeling that, like, you know, the teacher is kind of sus. Okay, what is this clown trying to
要
do?
去哪儿啊？
我有急事要处理他。
So she's trying to skip school, right? She's trying to climb the
为
fence
什么不能登记啊？
or the wall in
有
this
需要
case.
帮忙的吗？你踩我手上，我推你一把。
能行吗？
Okay, so
相信
I have already volunteered to help boost her up, right? So what I'm supposed to do? This up.
你没事吧？
哦，
That's very thoughtful for her to ask if I'm okay. And then she's like thanking me and everything. I can't read any of this. This might be a
没事，处理
mistake.
不错。哎，就是他。
啊，你们俩在这说什么呢？
今天好像说完招新了，是吗？在哪儿？就在英语角那块。
哦，那我得去看看。
Okay, it's no surprise that people are going to talk about the only guy in the school, right? If this is an all girls school.
是我们学校唯一的男生啊！
Yeah, I can't understand any of this. I really overestimated my ability to read Chinese. Then why is this icon over here? Okay, these are food. This is a tampon. This is not really a tampon, right? I think this is like, a pet or something. What is this? Happy birthday. A book when it comes to girls. What is this? Is this like? I'm not even gonna attempt to try to understand all of this. I should have paid a lot more attention in school, in Chinese class. You know what? It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Wait, why do they have a Malayan over there? I just realized.
我是不是不该来这儿啊？
来都来了，你也领一个吧。
啊？卫生巾？
Wait. Wait, it's a collection. So I'm not supposed to be here and I'm collecting like the female sanitary pad. And I like how chill they are. They're just gonna be like, hey, since you're already here, you just might as well take one. Dude, this is a Malayan. Why is the Malayan in the school? That's interesting. But there's dolphins. Is this literally the school? What kind of school is this? We're on a freaking island with cable cars. And then there's a soccer field over here. This looks like an entire island by itself. This, I don't know what this is. We'll find out. Ladies Society.
加入豪门吗？难道不想过上优雅高品质的生活吗？难道不想知道如何花最少的钱就拥有上流社会的气质吗？
你们继续。
So he's telling how to spend the least amount of money to get the highest prestige in
想必
society.
你听到这儿一定会被吸引的吧？作为我们高级的社团，我们坚决抵制性别、种族和
So
地
this
域
is about
歧
high
视
society.
只要你想，都可以。
啊不是，学姐你误会了，
你不必着急掩饰，我都懂的。
你懂什么了？
来，这本书给你，相信你看完这本书之后，一定能激发出内心最真实的自己。加油！
It's about what? It's about finding inner confidence in yourself. I don't know what is this. Neuron wave. 不改变一生 okay. So it's about basically life advice, self-help for females, right?
你好，我想……
你自己随便看看吧。今天创造营666活动我已经错过了，要赶紧回去看重播。拜拜。
Okay, so she just told me to look around because she's rushing to go watch a drama. This means suite, if I'm not wrong. This means photograph. The photograph on the wall. So like the wall photograph. Okay. So what is this? This is AI generated. This is also AI generated.
这后面有个人。
This is not creepy at all. This is not even hiding. This is not even hiding. Okay, so it's to give the context of like maybe this girl is being stalked. Okay, so what about the sweets?
随便看看，那这糖是不是也可以随便拿呀？
Okay.
那就随便少拿点吧。
Okay, I just pocketed a few sweets.
哇，
Happy birthday, Lin.
练的打糕板啊，貌似华子喜欢的，那我可得给我好兄弟烧一个。
Okay, so this is like a card of the idol. More like merch that I don't really pay for, right? Okay, so I think this is gonna be by process of elimination. I'm pretty sure this means cafeteria. Although I'm pretty sure that pink means merchandise, right? Maybe this is like the shop, the convenience shop of the school. It sort of is. I don't know.
林凡，你也来
Hey,
参
it's
加烘焙社吗？
Serena. It's Serena. Hopefully I don't screw it
好
up
像不太
again.
适合我吧？
怎么会？男生要是会烘焙的话，会很加分呢。
是吗？
去，不收。男生会烘焙了就容易变渣，我前男友就是。
那没办法了，不过不会让你白跑一趟的。
Oh, this is about joining clubs. Oh, this is so sweet.
你还有这手艺啊？
你可是第一个收到他的男生哦。
那我会好好珍惜他的。
Oh. Okay, so the context, if I'm not wrong, is that what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to find clubs to join. Right? From contextual clues, because I'm going here, well, this don't really make sense, right? Because this is just collection of sanitary pads, and then this is like female high society, and then the baking club, I'm fairly certain, and then this is maybe the idol interest group. But it's kind of sweet though, you know. She although I'm not allowed to join the baking club because I think that the person in charge is against males because of something that the ex-boyfriend did. But at least like Serena is like very sweet and caring and gives the bread to me. So this is the weird thing, right? I am extremely suspicious of this. Because I'll think that like, okay, does this girl actually know what she's doing? Is she doing it out of sincerity? Or is it because she wants me to act a certain way, or she wants to get a certain response out of me? Right? Because there are people who purposely act cutesy in order to attract the attention of guys. Then it could be because they're infatuated and then they do it. But then again, it could also as easily be from a perspective of I just like to attract attention from guys, right? Because keep in mind that this is the context of school. People are still probably trying to figure out who they are in life, and we are trying to learn more about interaction. Then this is where we start to learn about seduction to a certain extent, right? You know, so some people get ahead, some people don't, because some people are naturally good looking, while some people are, even if they're good looking, they could be awkward, or like the issues go on, right?
还是再看看其他社团吧。
Okay, so we are really trying to join clubs.
同学，请留步，你和太神社有缘。
这位外
So
国
this is Nico.
这上古时期的搭讪套路，你是从哪儿学来的？
我教你一口，你也喜欢看历史吗？我最喜欢《封神榜》了。
Exploration Society.
不要离开我！
你这是多想让我入社呀？
Wait, this is a little bit weird. I'm already creeped out.
凑不够，2 要人的话，社团就没法成立。而且探险社真的很有趣的。
Okay, so she's saying that if I don't help her,
还有
she won't be able to set up her society.
福利？那我有点感兴趣了。
What's... I don't know, it seems a little bit needy and I don't even know this person. I'll be like, hey, good luck to you, man. Please do whatever you want.
帮你追女孩子的。
Okay, so she's saying that like she's gonna help me woo girls.
够了够了，
So there is now a
我带你去看一个校园传说。
proposition over here, right?
华大其实有很多校园传说。
Let me see if I can raise
这堵
the
墙，
volume.
这堵墙，
其实它的全名叫《哭泣的墙壁》，背后有很多悲惨的故事。
Okay, so she's telling me our stories.
这什么意思啊？
据说每一次发生惨剧就会多一笔。
Every time a bad thing happen, then this will happen. Then they'll add one line.
哎，你小心！
Okay, so I'm supposed to catch her. Right? How do I do it? I don't know how to play.
糟糕，没
I
记住。
screwed up. I have 2 left hands in this game. Maybe in real life as well. Oh no.
实在对不起，没接住。
哭泣的墙壁，名不虚传。You see？
Again, Nico is a little bit weird though, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's so
小意识
sad.
到了，
怎么办？
No, just say that you fell down. Of course, it makes me feel like shit.
我的腿好痛。
It makes me feel incompetent, right? You know, it's like, okay. Nico Tang support 帮忙 something. Okay, so this is like help, right, with Nico. I have no freaking clue what I'm reading. What the hell? You know what? I'm just gonna go for this. Screw it. Okay, why am I touching a girl without permission? Maybe I'm close friends with her.
Nico，要
I
不
don't know. It's still kind of weird, right? I don't touch
我晕
friends.
血。
他这是误会是吗？行吧，看来只能我出手了。
Oh, so I help her with the thing. Ooh.
怎么还是这么痛啊？
痛才会好, right? You know, that's the Chinese, you know. It has to hurt in order to be good. We're a little bit... Ooh, that don't look that good. I don't think that you should be the person who touched this. Though. Maybe it is fated for her to actually fall.
你没事吧？
Cause keep in mind that, like, you know, the table keep tracks of misfortune. So maybe regardless of what I do, she's gonna fall. And then this scene have to happen, right? So it's supposed to build upon like closeness and everything. So the whole idea is that, okay, she sprained her leg. And now she I guess she's hungry, right? So I can... Why am I giving her a pet? What the hell is this? Okay, so this is saying that, like, you know, okay, you're hungry, then like let me give you, like, you know, some candy, right? But the way that it phrases it is that how do I even describe the thing in like Chinese, translating from like Chinese, right? You know, it's like saying like big brother will give you, like, you know, give you some sweet to eat, which is, I don't know, maybe in context of like the Korean is like, you know, hey, oppa will do this for you, right? You know, but again, I don't know, I still think that's a little bit weird. Maybe because I'm someone who's more muted emotionally, so I don't really self-insert myself into somebody else's life. I'm more of like, you know, hey, like, you know, hey, why not like just have some sweet if you want to. Am I like, okay, so this is trying to say that, like, you know, oh, you're gonna interpret it as if, like, you know, she's having her menstrual cycle, right? Then this is to suggest her drink more hot water. I mean, I just give her sweets, whatever. This is bonding, right?
你应该是饿了吧？先吃颗糖。
Who's going to reject sweets?
谢谢。
I was about to say like, why not just give her the bread? But then I realized actually how cold-hearted that would be, because it's like a girl who is like, you know, saying that this is the first time, you know, I made a bread for somebody, for a guy, you know, and then like you take that bread and give it to another girl. That's actually kind of cruel. So actually I'm happy that the options don't exist, because I would be so I don't know. I will be so airheaded to actually do it, because it's logically, hey, it's bread, you might as well just eat bread, and then I wouldn't realize the issue of that. Okay, so what are we doing right now? I wasn't paying attention. Okay, this is to I have to infer, this is to say that like, you know, okay, who is going to bring her around, or like support her or help her throughout the day, right? That's what I'm guessing. So this is to say, I'm guessing that this says that the Nicole will do it, and then this, I assume it means that I'm gonna do it. But honestly speaking, out of the 10 characters over here, I understand Win, and Win don't understand, right? Doesn't give me any sort of context of what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm just gonna go with this. Hopefully this means that like, yeah, sure, I'll take care of you. Because keep in mind that like this is not how I would usually act, but if we were to take into context, it's you already have helped her clean her wound, and you're already touching, that sounds really wrong, but like, you know, you're helping her with the leg and you're giving her sweets, so you are already advancing the thing, right? The context is that like, you know, you guys are bonding, and it will be very cold-hearted to say that like, hey, see you know, here's like Nicole, because it sends the signal that like you're not interested. Then the question is like, you know, okay, are you interested? Then maybe in the context is like, I might be interested, you know, let's see where this goes. Of course, am I thinking too much? Maybe. What am I doing? Okay, so this is like saying that like I'll support you instead. What do you think? Depend on the girl. If you think that is creepy, then I'm saying. Oh, so okay. So I offered to so-called support, give her a supporting shoulder or hand, and then she says that like, you know, it probably not a good thing because this is a girls' school, which actually makes an extremely good point. But then again, this is like, you know, this is about being gentleman, right?
谢谢你们，我就住在这儿，我的腿也没那么痛了，你们早点休息啊，拜拜。
Okay, so she's saying that like, you know, this is where she's living, and she's gonna go in. Oh, we're neighbors. Oh.
等等，
Wait. What's the issue, Nico? May I help you? Wait, why is she in my
因
room?
为学校男生宿舍没盖好，所以让你住这个。
对啊，学校就我一个男生。
Oh. The dorm haven't been built for guys' dorm, so they allowed me to stay here.
我不喜欢跟别人住在一起。
Oh, so the reason why she stays here is because she don't like to live with other people.
我是班干部啊，老师让我给你新发的课本。倒是林雅同学，你怎么在这儿啊？
Lingya is Envil, right? Okay, so Serena have asked why is she here? Okay. What will I do in this situation? This is actually extremely awkward. I'm already immediately uncomfortable, right? Because it forced me to have to come to a decision of like, okay, who do you want to pick? Do you want to pick like Serena? You want to pick like Envil? Like this early on, I don't even know them, right? So, okay, maybe this differs from how I was when I was younger. When I was younger, it's more of like, you know, well, I want a cute girl, right? You know, I already know that like, you know, I like this girl, I'm not gonna go for this girl, right? But then now I'm older, the realization is that like, you know, okay, you can be good looking and I can be infatuated with you, but if I don't know you, we might have personality clash and we're wasting each other's time. So, but based on the context, it seems like, you know, I have more rapport with Envil for now, even though I can't pronounce her name, which is a really big red flag. But think of it, like we went through certain issues together, right? You know, the one with the falling and the helping her and everything like that. So it caused a little bit of bond. But then again, we have like Serena, who is like sweet to me, who baked something and gave me a gift, you know, the bread, and it's kind of like, you know, oh, my heart. And it doesn't hurt that she's cute as well. Not to say that Edgar is not cute, like both of them are cute, right? Of course we know that, like, okay, well, Nicole, you know, Nicole is out of here, right? No, we're not even considering Nicole. It's not that because of like physical attractiveness, it's more of her personality, right? And I just feel like she is very needy very, very quickly. And quite demanding of, like, you know, my time, or help her, and with no context of like what's in for me. Of course, I think towards the end she said that I'm gonna help you attract girls, I'm gonna help you seduce girls, which is kind of good. So, like, you know, maybe we can be friends, but, you know, okay, let's be honest right now, right? The only consideration right now is that, okay, who do we go for, right? Which is already a painful decision. It's, oh man, and I feel like I already let Serena down, right? Because I didn't really, like, you know, I kind of blew her off during gym. So I feel like an asshole about not doing this. But I technically already helped you and Vio. So, like, you know, can we sort of, like, okay, not spread the love around? It makes it feels like cheating. It's more of, okay, can I be nice to people in general, right? I'm really nice to you, I treat your food. Technically, I caused the issue, right? Now, let's not get dwelled on the fact that it's because I failed to catch you that you're injured in the first place. Let's not dwell on that fact. Let's just go beyond that, right? You know, let's just cross that bridge, right? You know, and take into consideration that, like, you know, who nursed you back, who support you back to the dorm, you know, and, like, you know, so that you don't have to walk on your painful leg. And then now Serena probably deserve a little bit more attention because she's nice to me. She gave me bread, right? So can we be a decent human being? I'm gonna go with Serena, and I hope that that's what it means.
这有什么不能说吗？
I have no idea.
哎呀，这个确实没有什么不能说的。
Okay, so this is like saying, like, you know
我也是
what?
刚刚才知道，我租的房子就在林凡对面。
这么巧的吗？
So she's asking why she's doing here or I'm doing
我
here?
是 Nico， 探险社的社长。
探险社，我们学校有这个社团吗？
Exploration Club. So she's saying the captain.
林凡，你这里这么大，就作为我们的社团活动室好不
She
好？
wants to use my room as the club room. Are you kidding me? I do one favor for you. I give you a food. Now I give you
也常说
an inch. You're asking for food.
收留预想吗？
Like Nico, this is not going up. This is not off to a great start, Nico.
林凡，你可是社员啊！
哎，好吧，反正也是空着。
太好了，那我宣布，这里的所有人都是我们探险社的成员啦。
不行哎，我有社团了。
Okay, so she has a club. Serena already have a club.
没关系，没关系。
So both of them already have a
社
club.
团很宽松，不会影响你们的。而且社团人多才好玩呢。
So she's already inviting them in.
那这样的话，我要加入，不过我现在还有事儿，我先走了啊。
Oh, okay. So she says that she wants to join.
那我也先回去好好计划一下。
I don't know how did this advance
为然把钱包忘了。
advance so far already. Who's
林
what?
凡，我的课本送到了，那我走了。
Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, what's this? So she's signaling. Okay, normal human interaction. Most people are not gonna do this. No, they're not going to, like, you know what? I've already, like, you know, I came here to deliver the textbook. So, like, you know, I've already delivered the textbook. So I'm gonna make the move, right? You know, a normal human being for normal context of friendship is just gonna be like, you know, yeah, okay, hey, see you, man, and then she's gonna leave with the same rate with, like, the other two girls. So she deliberately stopped because she wanted something, right? There's an objective in her mind, which is, like, you know, spend some time together or something like this. So it does indicate interest to a certain extent, right? You know, we can't be blind to what signs are there, right? You know, I don't think this is overthinking. This is kind of like, you know, a normal human being will continue walking, and if you're not continue walking and you're a sane human being, it means that, like, you know, okay, there's a catalyst, which means that you actually want something. So this is to say that, like, you know, okay, goodbye. Thankfully, I can read this. This is like goodbye. You know, I'm also tired. See you. Which, if I notice this, wow, actually, I have no idea what I'm actually gonna do in real life. But okay, let's take into consideration, right? You know, because I have to play a character right now, right? You know, I have to take into consideration the context, right? You know, and if the context is that like, hey, this seems to be like a girl crush of mine, you know, I might have a little bit of feelings. If this is in real life, you know, with the looks and everything, you can say that like it's very quickly. You're gonna be like, yeah, she's kind of cute, and I want to get to know her better. So I probably wouldn't just blow her off, right? Because maybe I have a little bit of interest. So this is about this is saying the wallet. 这都能忘了. So this is to say that like, you know, oh, this is, oh, your wallet, or how can you forget this, right? You know, and this is laughing. And I don't understand what this is, right? You know, so this is about making a joke that like, how can you forget your wallet, right? I really don't know what this thing is. Okay, let's just joke about the wallet because at least I know what this option is, right?
部长，你钱包。
Then she's gonna thank me.
行，
Which is kind of sweet, right? You know, give us a little bit of extra interaction. And I think that like, you know, to budding children, that's something that is it's interesting and it's dearing to us. Maybe I felt like this when I was younger, but I don't know. I never had like reciprocal relationships when I was younger anyway. Not to say that I have any when I'm older, you know, either. So, okay, what is this person? I assume that this is like my friend.
林凡，你上的是个女校。
Okay, so basically this person is asking like, you know, whether or not I've I'm in a girls' school, right? So I imagine this is just basically reading this. So they take into consideration of people who can understand Chinese auditory but not visually, right? Okay, then we see the other. Oh, I have to reply to this person. Okay, this is to say that I also understand. I also just found out. I need you to read this out, man.
靠，真羡慕，早知道哥当年也努力考个大学。
Okay, so this is to say that like he's jealous, he's envious. I think the closest word is envious, right? You know, oh, I'm so envious. You know, if I would have known, I would have studied harder, right? And this to if I know that this is envious, so this means envious, right? So this is to say like, you know, what do you have to be envious about? I can't understand this, but I imagine that this is some sort of compliment to say that like, you know, what do you have to be envious about? Like, you know, you have such traits that will be attractive to girls.
那不一样，学生纯情，你懂吗？
Okay, maybe this recontextualized, right? So the reply is to like, you know, he is to say that it's different because because it's we're talking about students over here, right? And about like first loves. So okay, it's weird. So like, what does this actually mean? I can't understand. I really wish that he reads out what I'm trying to say, right? Because I have to order.
装。
And I'm imagine by context, I'm basically saying that like I'm indifferent to all these things, okay? And this is to say that like, you know, doubt. So it's like doubt, right? You know. And this is to say that like, you know, why would I lie to you? Okay, so from context, from the words that I can understand, I can piece together the sentence is trying to say that, like, no, why would I lie to you, right? I just had a situation where there was 3 girls over, but I'm still cool as a cucumber, and I didn't do anything, right? I'm not flustered. So this trying to say that, like, you know, hey, I'm not here for ulterior motives, which, like, let's be honest, if you're a young guy, you know, of course you have ulterior motives. I would have ulterior motives in this context. Maybe, okay, would I lie about this? Would I lie for the purpose of having a better image when I was younger? Maybe, but I think that, like, where I am right now is that, like, you know, hey, you probably do this because you like those girls, and I'll be like, yeah, I think that they're cute. I haven't figured out whether or not I'm in love, right? You know, but maybe infatuated because, like, you know, they're cute. Yeah, like, you know, it is what it is. So it is about him like laughing. How do I go back? Okay, that's cool. I would have, okay, to be fair, I would have ghosted. I wouldn't have the conversation for that long, right? Oh, and then this is Andrew. I don't get the text voice. How am I gonna figure this out? So this is my name. Oh, okay, this is actually very simple. This is just thanking me for what I did today, right? Okay, so this is me asking, so how's your leg? Oh, so this is like, okay, a lot better. Do they really have to thank me? Okay, so you're thanking me twice. You know, how would I reply in real life if this is the thing? I'll probably, like, you know, a thumbs up emoji and I'll move on, right? Because, like, oh, this conversation is not going anywhere. So this is to say that, okay, you're welcome. And this is to admit my fault. It's actually my fault, right? If I didn't fail to catch her, she wouldn't have injured her leg. So maybe it was scripted. Okay, so maybe it was scripted. Because I already take the context of, like, you know, the Nico have already said that, okay, this is a misfortune place, and every time there's a misfortune, then we, like, add an additional mark. So it has to be destined, and then we have to advance the story by carrying you. Can you imagine if that's not scripted? You know, then how are we going to jump into the situation where there is 3 people in the club already, right? So it has to reach there. So maybe it is scripted after all. Does that exist in real life? Like, to a certain extent, I do agree. I do believe that situations end up in the way for a reason. Not to say that it is preordained, but I never regret any way a situation actually turns out, because I think that there's always something to learn from it, right? So, but the general idea is that I'm telling her, you're welcome, it's actually my fault. If it's not for me failing to catch you, you wouldn't have injured your leg. So this is actually quite straightforward. And this is, okay, so now this is a little bit of, like, you know, flirtatious, right? Which is she's saying that, like, you know, oh, really? In that case, then it really seems like it is your fault. How will you compensate me, right? You know, I think that this is like 赔偿我 or something.
这么一说，好像是你的错，你要补偿我。
补偿 okay, 补偿 means that, like, to make it up to somebody, right?客气一点，想啊。Okay, so this is just saying that, like, you know, hey, I'm just being polite. But I'm imagine the context is, like, you know, more of, like, a kidding kind of way, right? You know, like, nagging each other. Cause, like, she's basically, like, you know, trying to add a little bit of flirtatious already, right? Because a normal interaction would be like, you know, hey, yeah, thank you very much. Hey, good, right? Keep in mind that if I was the one in the control right now, it would already be a thumb up emoji and we wouldn't get this far, right? Would I have talked more? Maybe when I was younger. Now that I'm older, I tend to be like, you know, hey, let's not waste any time, right? You know, if you wanted something, you have already asked for it, right? You know, if you said, like, thank you twice, then I'll, like, you know, hey, your thank you have been duly noted, right? You know, I'll talk to you another time when you have something. So this is like I think that what I'm just saying that, like, you know, maybe I feel a little bit guilty. I could be completely wrong. I'm just reading this from context. So it's like she knows， 所以我
知道啊，所以我成全你嘛。
Okay, so she's saying that like she's going according to my wishes. So I think that this contextualize what I'm saying is that like, you know, I'm just being polite, you know, I just feel a little bit bad and then want to make up to you a little bit. And then so she's saying that like, you know, yeah, I'm just going along with your wishes, right? Okay, so now this is asking like, so why are you sneaking out today? And I imagine this means secret, right? So this Mimi? Mimi, yeah, so it's secret. So this is like saying like, you know, oh, does it like not, you can't even tell me? Right, no, not even me. Okay, then the second option is like, you know, actually I also have a secret. So now we are learning persuasion, right? Now we are learning persuasion. Of the other two, the first option is complete crap. Right? Never take into consideration of like, you know, oh, you can't even tell me, because this assumes that you have inserted certain status, right? You know, and trying to say that you're trying to throw status around, right? You know, it's like, I'm so special, right? You know, maybe to you, that couldn't you at least tell me? It's not to say that like if she's extremely infatuated it wouldn't work, but it is not a good way to actually test the water with this, right? But then again, the second one is that like, well, I also have a secret. Now we are talking about negotiation. It's a lot more persuasive, right? So with this context, if I know that these are the two options that I'm gonna choose, I'll most likely choose the second one. But then like if it's this, like, you know, she says that it's a secret, then I'll be like, you know, ooh, that's very, very curious. Like, you know, that's very curious. It sounds incredibly fun. And then depends on what she says, right? You know, maybe the conversation dies from there. I'm not good with texting people, okay? So it seems like this person is already leaps and bounds ahead of me. Okay, so now she's curious. I'm basically saying that, well, I also have a secret. Well, you have a secret, I also have a secret. And then she's asking like, you know, what secret?
什么秘密啊？
Okay, that's just saying that like, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just not gonna tell you. Right. So is that?
你好老啊！
Okay, so this is like saying that like, you know, the direct translation is to say that like you're old. So I don't know what this actually means in culturally, you know, what slang. This is probably like a Chinese slang. So does it mean that I'm boring or like, you know, I'm annoying, but something like that, right? And I imagine that what I'm saying is that like, you know, I'm not sure if this means 彼此彼此, which means to say that like, you know, we are the same, right? To say that because like, you know, I'm boring for hiding a secret, yeah, she's boring for hiding a secret. But if the interaction went this way, it seems like it's not bad, right? It's a little bit flirtatious, of course it's not going anywhere. So this is the group chat. So now we're in the group chat of like the exploration club, right? Okay, so she's basically saying that I created this group chat for everybody. So this is like, you know, the yes ma'am. Okay, I can't read that fast. Chill people. I have limited Chinese skills. So this is Envil. Can I just call it Lin? Because I think this is like Lin. I'm fairly certain it's not Na. Right, because otherwise they would have named her Linda, right? So I'm just gonna take it that her name is Lin from now on. She's not like Envil, she's like Lin, right? You know, because of the Chinese word Lin. And then this is still Serena. So Serena is like, you know, okay, and then the Lin. It sounds weird when I'm like giving somebody else's name. Holy shit. Can I just like read what's her name? I need to go to the store page. What's your name? Can I have the name, please? Nikki. Why What is this? Okay, can I just search her name? I legit don't know what's her name. It's not even on the store page. And I imagine that that's not gonna come up again, which is annoying. Yep, it's not gonna come up again. I have no clue what your name is. Okay, I have to Google this later. Why can't all of you just put like English name? Hello? Okay, whatever. So let's just continue. Okay, from context I can figure out what she's trying to say is that we're gonna meet at my room for the first first activities, right? First club activities. And then Serena is like, no problem. And now Envil, Levine. If I'm not wrong, that's like how it was pronounced, right? Okay, this is killing me. I can't not know what's the name of the characters. It makes me feel shallow if I don't even know somebody's name. All character name, please. Okay. Avril. How do I pronounce? Avril Lavigne. What's it like? So it's Avril Lynn. Oh man, I have to watch a stupid ad to know how to pronounce something, please. YouTube, you're killing me over here, man.
Avril.
Okay, Avril. So her name is Avril Lynn. Avril. I mean like it's Avril Lavigne, right? Avril. Okay. So Avril has said that she has something on tomorrow. And then the... Right? Oh, so this is my name. I'm Lin something. And I'm just saying that, like, you know, oh, what do I have, right? You know, I'll be in my house. Well, I'll be in my room, you know. Where would I go? And then she's like, you know, oh, right, that's correct. Oh, okay. So this is to say, the Serena have asked like, what's the meaning of our name? Like, you know, why is it named this way? And Nico said that, like, you know, the 4P means that like 4 person, right? Because we have 4 person. And now Avril is also asking, like, you know, oh, you like this type of name? Oh, okay. She basically have asked that, like, Nico have mentioned that she thought that I would like this type of name. Nico, this is not working, alright? You know, you can't just throw people under the bus. You seem like someone who's extremely irresponsible, Nico. This is not off to a great start. I don't think we're gonna get along. Not romantically, from friends, we probably can get along with friends, right? So like, I'm probably gonna say, like, you know, if it's up to me, that like I have no opinion on this. A name is a name. Okay, so basically what this option means is that, like, you know, what's wrong with the name, right? You know, or do you have any other names that you want? So this is actually what I would probably type, right? Okay, and Nico said that, like, you know, hey, in that case we settled this. And then it's like good night, and then this is like good night and good night. And then I'm like good night. I probably wouldn't have like replied to the group chat, because I feel like there's nothing wrong. I'll be like, no, yeah, sure, I'll be there. Would I when I was younger? I don't know. Okay, so now I get to move on. Hi. Hey, both are cute. So what is this? Okay, so this is to choose, like, you know, do I sit with Serena or do I sit with Lin? And then our dear friend in the center. What is this? Hou Lu Zuo Zhong Jian. And this basically says that I want to sit in the center, right? Okay, the center choice is asshole-ish. Let's be honest over here. Alright? Who would I sit in this context? If I think that Serena sort of likes me, and by context that I've really emotionally invested in Avril, which, keep in mind, right, you know, get people to do nice things for you and they'll feel emotionally invested. Like, this is manipulation, right? You know, it's part of manipulation. Like, keep that in mind, right? So do try to get people to do things for you. Holy shit, who would I sit right next to? I wouldn't think that much, you know, to be honest. I would just, like, if I came from the direction of the right, you know, if I came from this direction, I would just sit here. And if I came from this direction, I would just sit here. But now they put me into a spot where I have to make a decision. And I couldn't. How? Right, you know, it's... You can tell that, like, okay, she's a little bit more competitive. Right? And she's more of, like, you know, she's more focused on me. And like, she's doubting herself. So maybe Serena is a little bit, like, maybe self-conscious as well. Like, if I notice my body language, like, based on this, right? You know, she's just more focused on me, which seems like, you know, it seems to be something that I'm more into. But you're so nice, Serena. I don't want to be an asshole to you. You understand this? If I can, it's not even to say that I don't like you or I like you less than Avril. I really don't know at the current moment. I don't want to kind of, like, you know, I don't want to date two people at the same time, but at the same time, we're not really dating anybody. We're just, like, trying to... It already makes me sound like a... I don't like where this is going. It makes me sound like an asshole already, right? You know, I'm just gonna sit with Avril. Because keep in mind that, like, probably the conversation that I have is, like, you know, oh, so how's your leg? Because I feel bad or something like this, right? But then, like, how would Serena feel? Oh, no. And she'll be like, I baked him a cake and I even, like, spent a little bit more time, deliberately left my wallet behind so I can spend a little bit more time with them, saying thank you, and we have eye contact, and then this person is off talking to another girl, so probably this guy is not interested, and I could potentially screw up my chance with Serena. So, wait, long-term wise, let's be honest, I have already emotionally invested a little bit to Avril, right? You know, I fixed your leg, kind of my fault, but, like, we have a little bit of banter, but I didn't really have the banter with Serena. And I have to sort of not be perceived as an unfeeling asshole for not appreciating, like, you know, the thoughtfulness that she put into, like, you know, giving the gift and everything, and then, like, I'm just gonna say it right now. It seems like the right thing to do. And Avril is not happy. No, don't do that. No. Now I feel like an asshole. Can I pause this? I can pause this. Holy shit, then I can ramble. Okay. I feel like I didn't really think of the situation fully, right? Because let's be honest, how would it seem from the perspective of Avril? Avril. I keep saying Avril. Avril. She needs a better name, right? Lynn is so much easier to say. But Avril, take into consideration, like yesterday, I could have asked Nico to nurse her leg. And when walking back to her dorm, I could have just leave it for Nico to support her by herself. But I choose to actually do all these things. So from Avril perspective, it's like, what is this guy's intention? What is the signal that he's sending me? So it seems like this guy likes me. But then this asshole decided to come to class the next day and sit beside another girl. So obviously she's not gonna be happy. I'm already fumbling the bags, right? You know, in this case. Am I thinking too much?
林凡啊，我的课就讲得那么无聊吗？
So this is basically a dream sequence, right? I'm fairly certain I'm like in the dream sequence right now.
我给你课后补习。
Still, in a sense, who is more adorable at this current moment? Is it Serena or is it Avril? I do feel like if we are talking in terms of physical attractiveness, both of them is actually extremely difficult to differentiate, even subjectively, who is more attractive. Although they don't look exactly the same, it seems like they're on the same exact attractive level. Which is kind of weird because I think I've thought about this before.
林凡，起床啦！
Oh, I woke up. Oh, I didn't get caught by the teacher, that's
终于
good.
醒了。
你也睡得太久了吧？
我有一种感觉，你刚才一定是梦到了一些不健康的东西，还是跟老师有关系的。
什么
Ooh.
不健康的东西能跟老师有关啊？
不会是 Sing 吧？
不是，Nico，你怎么在这里啊？
找你啊，不是说好了今天开座长会议吗？
哦，对，
走吧。
Both of them are adorable though.
这是今天的计划表。
Okay. Judgmental time, right? Judgmental time. This is where shallowness comes in to try to solve the equation of which one we do. If we are talking in terms of Avril, dyed hair may signal to me that this person requires a little bit of being differentiated. Right? So maybe they have they struggle to get their own identity when they're younger. So maybe it's a form of self-expression. Yeah? It is a form of self-expression, right? But it doesn't seem like it comes with other forms of the extreme cases of trying to impose your self-identity, right? You know, as in like very obnoxious type of personality. So she seems to be extremely okay and extremely fine. Fine with both words in like one, she seems like no issue of her, but like fine as in like attractive as well, right? Serena is also kind of attractive. She gives the vibe of like innocence, but it gives the vibes of the innocent, but with a little bit of like ulterior motives behind. So she signals to me to be somebody with extremely high FI. So like personality type probably like something like an INFP, right? You know, the way that she behaves is tend to be more innocent, sort of like, please help me, you know, like I want, like, you know, I really like this, like, you know, I'm going after what I want. And it can be extremely infatuated or infatuating for guys to receive that type of treatment. And I have in the past received that type of attention from girls. And when I say attention, I doesn't mean like, you know, they are attracted to me, but more of they interact with people in this way, and it's And I got infatuated with that type of thing because it gives the guy a feeling of like, you know, wow, this person needs me. I need to protect this particular innocence. And I think that it is like one of the objective a way of seducing people. Right? And I think that there's this book, I know that there's this book called The Laws of Seduction by Robert Greene. And I think one of the type that it highlights is, if I'm not wrong in the context, is the star or something like this, right? But the imagery is that of an innocent child, you know, who have like wonders for the world, right? And people want to be with this person, or they're infatuated with this person and they're seduced by this person because they feel the innate need to protect them, right? Which, if what I'm basically trying to say is that maybe because it brings up a little bit of like history kind of things, yeah, I might be a little bit more suspicious of Serena, and I probably will be a little bit more on the side of Avril at the current moment. Maybe because she does seem to me as somebody who's more genuine. Not to say that and the Serena is not genuine. Maybe she's genuine in an innocent kind of way, but you can be manipulative, but not consciously know that you're manipulative. It seems really weird because there are some people who are natural at trying to get certain results from people. So they are the type that manipulates using feelings. They might not consciously understand the manipulative tactics, such as for me, when I use manipulation tactics from the perspective of thinking, I know the cause of effect. If I do this, then I get these results. Then that is with thinking, right? But you can actually manipulate people from a feeling perspective, which means to say that I don't know what goes on under the surface. I just act and I intuitively understand that this will result in me getting what I want. And based on that, I think that I'm more into Avril for the current moment.
建成你妹，早就学生给校长办公室反映过，但一直没得到反馈。我们的目标就是抓到你妹。这里呢是你妹的资料和我们的计划安排表。
你妹 I have no idea what that means.
这一期的阶梯教室里，半夜总会有鬼鬼祟祟的人影出没。
据目击者称，发现你妹的区域一共有3个：阶梯教室、储物间和通往校长办公室的走廊。我分析啊，这个你妹应该是去阶梯教室找东西，然后经过了储物间，最后莫名其妙的消失在走廊里了。
所以我们要分成3组完成任务。
Okay, so I imagine from what I can gather from the context, right? Of course, there are some words that I don't understand, but I think what they're trying to tell me is that we are investigating a case of a suspicious person that people have been reported about, and it seems like there is this 3 location that we have to investigate. So they already suggest that we split up into groups of 3. Which, first of all, if I was already in the room of like, you know, the idol club, and I would have like seen that, okay, there's a stalker around, would I feel safe? Because again, I don't know what the context of the school is, right? You know how harsh the punishment is. If let's say now it's like in Singapore where it's relatively safe, then yeah, probably we can go around like with our investigation. But of course, if me being a guy who's the only guy in this school, and we know that we're investigating potentially a creepy guy who we wouldn't know what they're gonna do, right? You know, will it be like a molester or what? We have no idea, because potentially this is a suspicious character. It could be a creep. Do I actually want to, with good conscience, agree that we should split up and investigate all these 3 places? Because let's be honest, we are a normal for fun club, right? We are not the police, we are not law enforcement. I would feel a little bit more comfortable for us to investigate each individual location by together instead of like splitting up. Because like, you know, what our side is probably, well, it's probably more fun that way, right? Because we can go together, we can interact with each other, we can talk to each other, right? So this is like probably what I would say to try to sell the idea. But my genuine concern is that I don't think that this is safe. And if I'm emotionally invested, like, you know, I could be sort of infatuated with Serena, and I can be sort of infatuated with the Avril. And well, Nico, I'm not say infatuated, but I don't want to see you. It doesn't mean that I don't have any sort of like feeling of what's the term I'm looking for, right? Altruistic views towards you. You know, it doesn't mean that I want to see you suffer just because I'm not infatuated with you. I would feel a lot more at ease if we don't do needlessly risky things like this. Right, you know, so can we just be rational human beings, and can we not be stupid and investigate these locations one at a time? Right, but of course on the surface you're gonna be like, you know, why would we want to split up? Then like, you know what, we won't be able to like all experience the different places together. Right, you know, it's different if we share like, you know, oh, this is what we find and everything like that. Wouldn't it be more fun for us to just go together as a large group? And then we can enjoy and we can like know all these things together and we can laugh about the thing, right? How does that sound? Sounds good, right? This is probably how I'm going to sell the idea, right? You know, but generally my thoughts is as that. Okay, so now this is the decision. Like, where do we actually investigate? Do we investigate the storage room? Which keep in mind that I don't think that they explicitly or implicitly have suggested that we split up. I just thought that based on them saying that, like, you know, okay, these 3 places is where we're gonna investigate, that they might clue into splitting up, which I'm already uncomfortable. So maybe I'm already thinking too much, right? So we can either investigate the storage room, and thank you for writing this in English. Thankfully, we do have Deco, right? So, cause otherwise, if you write it this way, I have no idea. So this is 教室. I imagine this is gonna be classroom. This 对 something 教室, some sort of classroom, right? Lecture theater, that's what the LT means, right? Okay, and this is the corridor, and then this is storage room. If we want to investigate somebody, why would we want to investigate the storage room or the lecture theater, right? The lecture theater is so much traffic, it's not going to be conducive. A corridor probably have much more context because we can figure out like, okay, where is this person is probably going to go, and they probably want to go somewhere that they can move around with, right? With a storage room, yeah, probably if they keep it as a base of operation, then maybe, but keep in mind that storage room probably have people coming in and out. Maybe we'll be able to find like some clue here and there. I would probably suggest that we start with the corridor first. Let's see what we're working with first. Why are we doing it at night? Oh no! If the context is we're doing it at night, and I have ulterior motives to actually bond, I should have picked the lecture theater. Think of how much trolling I can actually do in that sense, right? I can find situation to scare one of them for no reasons whatsoever. And I can be like an asshole. Guys, look what I found, right? You know, get all the attention together, but like, you know, I found absolutely nothing. Oh man, if I knew about this, I would have chosen the lecture theater. But I guess we are corridor. We can do about corridor. Okay, that's really weird and creepy, right? So it seems like we didn't find anything, but obviously we saw the silhouette. So lecture theater, let's see the lecture theater. Okay, first of all, whoever who left the lecture theater in this state deserves to be shot. Okay, do you not have any sense of responsibility of keeping the place clean after you use it? Right, you know, leaving mannequins as this in this state. Hello, is there something wrong with you? Of course, it's our fault for coming here at night, right? We are the weirdos, let's be honest. Like, you know, we take credit for that. We are the weirdos. But dude, you're an asshole if you leave like the lecture theater like this, right? You know, you're irresponsible ass, and you deserve to be shot for that. What the shit is this? I refuse to believe that when we come to school in the morning, in the daytime, this is in this state, right? Some asshole literally have to leave this like this at the end of the day deliberately. And holy freaking shit, can this person get in trouble for this? I'm about to rat and snitch on this asshole, right? I'm about to file a complaint about this behavior.
是，看看能不能找到你妹的秘密。
Find what
说不
secret?
定会有危险。
That's creepy. Why would it move like this? Okay, the storage room.
这组人需要找些东西挡在泥妹逃跑的路上。
Why is it stacked up like this? Okay,
储物间
maybe because it's students, we don't really give a
是有
shit.
不干净的东西呢。
That's alright, so we investigated, there's nothing, we wasted our time.
最后注意，妮美一定会往校外逃。
我胆子小，我可不敢拦你妹。我选阶梯教室吧。
我力气小，我最后肯定拦不住你妹。我选储物间。
那我就蹲守走廊了。林花，你要和谁组队？
Okay, so this is exactly, I was right, okay? These three assholes have decided that what we are going to do is that we are going to Scooby-Doo this shit, right? We are going to split up because this is the most efficient, because we do not have brains, right? If this is real life, I would sit there and like, you know what? Two of you are extremely attractive and extremely cute, but because of your poor decision skills, I have lost a little bit of interest. Gonna be like, fantastic. But of course, okay, I can't be selfish. Let's try to put ourselves in their shoes in this perspective, right? They are hoping, right? I'm just doing this cluing. I'm just doing it from the perspective of like, what if now it's 3 guys and 1 girl, right? The rationality when it comes down to sexual selection probably is that we want to test who this person is gonna go with, will you protect me, will you follow me, will you care for me? But this is kind of like saying that, you know what? It reminds me of this short on YouTube of these 2 guys that sing songs, and one of which is they'll play the song in the background for a couple, which is to tell her that you should jump into the water to see if he really cares, right? So it's like, it sounds exactly like this, right? Why are all of you deciding to, first of all, Nico chose the last choice, right? So Nico have the least to blame, honestly, over here, okay? And Avril's logic is that, well, I'm very timid, so I'm gonna choose the lecture theatre. And Serena's logic is that I'm also very timid, so I'm gonna choose the storage room. Which both of them keep in mind is you have nowhere to run, right? If a ghost or a creep shows up, that is where you're going to die. If this was a horror movie. So both of you, okay, like both of you are attractive, both of you are really cute, but boy are both of you stupid. And now I'm put in the situation like, oh, who is this gentleman going to go? Because they don't give me the option of like, okay guys, can we not be dumb? Can we just go together? I'll probably package it in a nicer way, right? The more EQ way, which is like, I don't know. But then it seems like the lecture theatre have a lot of things to cover. Am I right to say so? How about we just explore it together? Or maybe if, let's say they say that like, the creep is running around, we need to cover more ground, there will be, okay, how about we just all staked out at the corridor? Because the corridor is extremely large. So then like, we probably can cover a lot of different staircases, a lot of different corridors, but we can still have eye contact with each other, then we can call out to each other if anything happens. Sounds good, sounds like a plan. But I don't have the option. I have to choose to go with one of these clowns. So I have sat with Serena in class. And obviously, Avril is not happy. Right? So, I feel now I have to sort of kind of make it up to her by going with her. But then what if something happens to Serena? Then I can't really live with myself. Not to say that I'll be able to live with myself if something happens to the Avril either. Right, so this is the point of time if let's say you are the only guy in this group. Like, if you can't pick up and say that, you know what, this is completely stupid, can we just go together? Or maybe let's just at the very least go with pairs, right? Can you all pair up so that like at least you will have each other's back instead of 3 clowns going to 3 different locations and I can only protect 1 clown. Like this doesn't make any sense to me and I'm not happy with this arrangement, right? I'm least concerned with Nico. Not because I'm the least emotionally invested with Nico, but because for corridors there's a lot more places for you to run and escape, and if you shout we can probably come out and hear you. In a storage room with no escape, if you're trapped with a ghost, a creature, a monster, a molester, whatsoever, then that is more immediate danger. So let's be really honest here, right? You know, beyond emotional infatuation, the right decision has to be one of these 2 girls. The lecture theater seems to be bigger. You seems to be able to run around more and buy time and store for time. But again, I'm a little bit more invested in Avril. Let's be honest over here, right? And I really want to be there and I really want to have the bonding situation where we can like kind of bond on a thing beyond just like hurting your leg. I feel like this will bring our non-relationship into the next level. But then again, like Serena, you are going to a storage room, which there's not going to be a lot of things for you to hide behind and run around. Did we see the pathway to the storage room? The one with like, you know, the creepy mannequins where people can potentially climb over the thing into the storage room, right? And I imagine you're not going to jump out of the window, so you're going to be trapped. So safety wise, honestly speaking, I have to go with Serena. This is not even about like feelings at this point, right? So we bond. So again, like you can see like the feelings that she gives is kind of like, you know, the vulnerability,
这
right?
是迷妹的必经之路，我们要从这儿翻过去，应该需要一把椅子。
That's not safe. Don't do that, asshole. Do it smarter. Check. Don't let her pull the
椅子
thing.
打结了，只有最上面那个能拿下来。
Please don't climb. So the first option is to say that, like, you know, step aside, let me see. The second one is to say that I'm so heavy, don't even bother, why not you go? Not even about being, like, you know, portray yourself as being, like, you know, desirable, like being the hero. Hey, let me protect you. Common sense wise, please be the gentleman here and do the potentially dangerous thing and not let the lady risk herself. It don't look good on the imagery, right? It's not even about gender equalities. Maybe it's about gender equality. I have no idea. I mean, like, this is just, I feel like this is just basic manners and consideration, right? So, like, you know, of course it could be.
有没有其他东西？
好，
So just basically saying that, like, you know, I'm just going to leave it. Like, because I have 2 left hands, because I let the girl fall, I probably would have fell. You see, I knew it. Right? Now you have injured yourself. First of all,
对不起，都怪我力气太小了，没有拉住你。
dude, she's playing me like a violin.
跟着我。
那你不在我害怕吗？
Serena,
好吧，
I'm really suspicious whether or not a normal human being will act like this.
我就要起来了。
Maybe because, like, it gives it so.
那你等着起来啊！
我起来，你就起不来了。
maybe because it's so
走吧，
you are
我们去找
so
他俩。
innocently pursuing your emotional desires that makes me suspicious that would people really throw themselves so deeply into pursuing their emotional desires, which makes me suspicious, right? I think that in seduction, this is also how a rake work, which is to more or less like love bomb to a certain extent.
这是在阶梯教室发现的。
难道这就是梅印在招训的东西？
我怎么感觉这个发型他有点眼熟呢？
好了，各就各位吧，魅影随时都可能会出现。
I feel like a stable relationship wise, Avril seems like the better choice than Serena. Like the vulnerability is actually extremely attractive, but if I were to extrapolate that into a long-term relationship, it does mean that I probably will have to take care of you more than it's necessary. It doesn't mean that like I don't want to take care of somebody, but it means that there should, to a certain extent, be a level of expected independence. Instead of the extreme end, it's, well, I'm practically taking care of a child. So I feel like in the context, as innocent, as sincere of the feelings of Serena, it seems like contextually I probably will be a little bit more into Avril. So it is a situation where like the more that you show your hand, the less you might potentially be attractive, right?
快来，你妹在这儿！啊，人呢？要往前吗？难道在阶梯教室？
Wait, I heard that the... I mean, I do just follow him, right? I heard that the... Didn't Avril have something on? Or she only said that she might have something
看来
on?
我是走对了。
Because you want to see like where he goes, right? He probably jumped over the thing. Because you saw that there's something that moved. Okay, this is very clearly a guy. This is clearly a fat guy. Okay, this is QTE. What the shit? Wait, I'm supposed to drag up. I don't know. Oh no, what happened? She got caught by 3 girls.
终于抓到你了，让我看看。
How do you screw it up? 2 of them have like skinny hands.
你干什么呀你？
校长，
是不是你主使的？
我
Dude, first of all, if you are sneaking away at night, this is calling police like territory, right? This person have nothing to actually argue and get angry for.
所以校长你就是你妹吗？
我，你妹！
你们干了好事！这件事，你们谁也不许说出去。
What do you have to be angry about? This is blackmail territory, by the way. This is not about like, you know, oh, how dare you know that I'm bold.
这不要了。
Dude, do not pick up somebody's wig and gonna be like, I got an event.
晚上的生发剂也没有那么快生效的，我看还是先戴戴假发吧。
Oh no.
那辛苦魏阳老师了。
站好。嘿，你还看？
Sucks to suck. So now this is the older female teacher, right? Okay, I already feel like the lesson here is that you need to commit to one. Cause like potentially you could have just invested all of this into one, right? You know, you could have been like so much better. But like if you are splitting this into two different asset classes, sounds really bad when I put it this way, you might not reach the threshold that you need, right? You know, what if you need here to get an ending, but then because you split in 50-50, then you get here and here, and you basically become like the friend, right? So maybe this is the learning lesson that, like, you know, okay, Ilong, you already screwed up. What you needed to do is that you need all in. You can't be considering about, like, you know, what if this feels bad, what if this feels bad. Normal human being don't think of that. Thinks of things from this perspective. Normal people will just like probably move on. So maybe this is the learning lesson. I don't know. So this is like 返回故事前入下一集. So this is basically saying that, like, to continue, right? I imagine these are the collectibles. How would I be able to collect all these things? I got the rolls from... Maybe these are like from what the different outcomes, right? So I potentially could get a lollipop, okay, and a hairpin. That's kind of cool. But like so far, again, I have talked about this before. When it comes to the dating sims, I'm not sure if this is like, it is going back to the menu, or is this going to... I know that this goes to the next chapter, right? I'm just gonna press this. Hopefully this goes back to the menu. Oh, okay, this is if I want to play like the different outcomes, right? Probably the only thing that I'll restart is maybe this place. I probably wouldn't tell Serena to kick rocks. That was not intended. That was the only decision that was not intended. I think everything else turns out pretty fine, pretty okay. Yeah, so like this goes back to the main menu, right? So I probably will like play chapter 2 some other time, because I think that like this is just nice. Yeah, this is to quit. Let me just go to like full cam first. Nope. How do I... Okay. So the things that we can recap so far. Wait, maybe I don't have to do it. Can I just like go into the thing, right? Because at least it's still at the background. Yeah, I mean, like I can probably do this, right? Just my view so far. Okay, on top of the realization that like, hey, maybe you did 50-50 and that's the wrong decision, you should have all in one. The thing that I realized is also, when it comes down to preference so far, it just seems that Avril seems like the better choice of the two. Although both of them, let's be honest, right? You know, both of them are extremely attractive. And honestly, if we're just talking in terms of like this picture over here, right? This two picture, Serena looks slightly better. Name wise, Avril seems like, although I think that I'm always pronouncing it wrong. I think that Avril is a better name than Serena. Of course, it's a very weird thing to actually like have a differentiating factor, right? To have opinion on this kind of thing. It feels like it's splitting hairs. But I don't know, face shape wise, right? Like Serena actually have it beat, right? No, I don't know why she has like this perfectly round head. But then again, it's Avril is not losing much points behind if Serena is even a little bit more attractive than Avril. That is an if case, right? You know, not saying that she is. Like, you know, they probably, in my eyes, is equally attractive. Like, not even trying to be like not even trying to be polite or anything, right? Oh, I imagine if I were to take the mean option and sit between both of them, then I probably would get this scene with both of them in it, right? Instead of having one over the other. But then I would have to be mean. I basically have to ask the center person to move away, which I feel like is a really asshole kind of thing. It don't make you look like a good guy, right? And of course, it also doesn't make you look like a good guy, but most importantly, to yourself, it doesn't make you feel like a good guy. So to get advancement in relationship, but at somebody else's expense, I don't think that it is something that I want to do. Maybe this line of thinking is wrong. Maybe the idea is that all is fair in love and war, right? You know, then, well, probably it's something that I will have to suffer over and over again to learn the lesson, if I ever learn the lesson. But so far, it seems like a classic case of it's not even like Avril did anything particularly better. It's a situation where she don't really play her cards at all, and she doesn't screw up. So what I have in my mind of her is still much more of a fantasy of who she actually is. Whereas I have a little bit more concrete understanding of who Serena is through our interaction with each other. I think it's really sweet that she made the bread for me. Like, you know, simple things like this will actually win a guy's heart, right? But I wouldn't speak for all guys, but at least it would have win my heart. But even doing things such as, like, you know, having me help somebody to actually be emotionally invested, to actually help somebody, would also make me, or make any human, rationalize of like, why did I do that for the person? It must be because I like them, right? Human beings are extremely vulnerable in this sense, right? We are actually very susceptible to this type of suggestions. But yeah, it's although Serena have made more moves, and honestly speaking, from the type of person that I am, to have clear signals like the one that Serena is sending me, it seems that it is easier for me to understand, and maybe it's easier for me to accept, right? Instead of like something more vague. So maybe it's... And I have a track record of falling for girls like this. I don't know. And I feel like not knowing who you're going to pick is an extremely red flag. Because in real life, you don't get to waste people's time by figuring out, hey, are you going to choose me or are you not going to choose me? It has to be straightforward, because it is the least cruel way to interact. Because if you were to beat around the bush and like, I may like you, I may not like you, then you're just wasting the girl's time, right? So in this situation, I don't know if I had, I like, based on the picture itself, like, you know, how can you not choose Serena based on this picture, right? But then again, it's Avril. I have to choose Avril. Maybe because like it seems like she's less needy, but I also don't want to send the signal out that if you are infatuated with people and you are needy, then people wouldn't like you. Because I think that this is the signal or the message that guys that get rejected on the basis of girls thinking that, like, you know, oh, this guy is too needy, you know, give me too much attention, will get the wrong conclusion that, like, no, if I give attention, then it's wrong. No, you can give attention, but there is a right way and a wrong way to do it. If you do it from a very self-serving perspective, which is like, I'm doing all of this, you can phrase it however you like, right? You can say that, like, I'm doing this because I want this person to be happy, I want to do all these things for this person. But in actual fact, what you're doing is that you're trying to win the person's favor. So it's actually a very self-serving agenda. Human beings subconsciously can actually understand it and can actually get turned off because of that. So based on this, again, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with Serena, and I have to say that, like, this decision is so difficult to make because I would have been perfectly happy with either one of them. Of course, the long-term relationship wise, it just seems that based on current information that is available, it does seem like Serena might be a little bit more difficult to be with in a long-term relationship. But I don't really think that is fair, because I feel like I have more interaction with Serena, so I know her more concretely. But if I know Avril the same degree, and I have the same level or the same access to the same amount of information, I might be able to objectively say that, yeah, by comparison, Serena is really good. Like, I can't even say that, like, I can't even come to a conclusion and say that, like, you know what, I'm going to choose Avril. Do you think they planned this? Do you think the game developer have, like, decided on this? I don't know. Maybe I'm just giving too much context of, like, the age band, the point, the life stage where the context is, right? So if we're translating this type of behavior to modern times, and I'm interacting with a girl of my age who speaks like the way Serena do, then it probably is not that attractive. So this is only something that you can do if your age tends to be a lot younger, right? Maybe early 20s. Boy, I really don't want to say that, like, you know what, I will still choose Avril over Serena, because it really does make me feel like it really does eats away at me, like, guilt wise, right? Because Serena had been so kind, and she made these gestures of moves. She gave me a bread, and I don't want to punish that kind of behavior, right? Just think in terms of what type of trauma, like, maybe trauma is too big of a thing, right? But the lesser degree of trauma, what type of lessons are you going to have this person learn from this interaction, right? People are not going to understand by themselves that it is not their fault that another person choose another person over them. Because the issue is that human beings, we take things too personally, right? So even in this situation, is that, like, I could have easily chose one over the other, but then the argument for the person who's not chosen probably to themselves would be like, if you could have chosen either me or her, then, like, why not me? Right? What's wrong with me, right? People take things so personally. And I really do think that, like, if a girl really do go out of her way and make those moves with innocent intent in mind, and is that you do genuinely have certain feelings, then you sort of owe it to her to return and accept those feelings. Am I wrong on this? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But on the other hand, when it comes down to Avril, it's just that, well, we bonded over the things. I mean, we sort of flirt a little bit. You know what? Now that I've spoken out loud about this, right, it does seems that I'm coming to a realization that, like, hey dude, you should just choose Serena at this point. But it feels like we kind of started pretty well with Avril, right? How we start the day, she's the first person that we talk to, and then I sort of help her distract the teacher, and I help her over the fence and everything. We sort of have our own adventure, and we live so close to each other. Do I friend zone Avril? But remember when I sat beside, like, Serena, then, like, she's also clearly not happy. Oh boy. You see, okay, now this is the thing, right? At this junction, it have already come to my attention that most guys or girls that got rejected in the past do not have this particular perspective of this dilemma that potentially their love interest that rejected them had to go through. Right? The thinking about, I really don't want to hurt this person because this person really is a nice person. But if I don't make a choice, it's rejecting both of you. So it's kind of like you can choose to kill one of them, or both of them would die. But of course, you are also factoring your own personal happiness here, which I go back to reiterate, right? Probably a guy would be perfectly happy with either one of them. And I don't think that there's a wrong decision here. but it really is killing me inside, like, you know, that if I'm playing this from a immersion perspective, I would truly feel really bad that I would have to hurt one of these attractive girls. I will feel bad. And I don't think the option of, like, you know, why not have both is even any better. Because that requires an arrangement where both of them have to agree that that is the outcome that both of them wants. Which I don't think that human being works that way. Because human beings, I don't think that we are designed for polyamorous relationships. And I think that for the sake of being with somebody as a consolation prize, that means I can only be with somebody from a polyamorous relationship point of view, should not be something that you settle for. Right? You can settle for a lot of things so long as both of you consent, but I think for polyamorous kind of thing is that you really truly have to consent to it and not to bear it and just say tolerate it in order for it to work. Yeah. So in any case, this is going to be my view. I think way too much about all these things, but I will probably play this again tomorrow or maybe sometime that I'm free. Right? Hope you enjoyed this. I will see you in the next one. Take care and bye bye.